reduce anxiety or stress levels in minutes with my STOP-ABCDE method. Hi, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Rapid Subconscious Reprogramming. This is Tommy Walker, the Mind Engineer, and today I want to talk about this to help a lot of people out there. I know that stress levels and anxiety are growing every day and more people are being affected. So for a while now, I've been putting together tools, studying different techniques and things to help people out there. So today I want to talk about this and share something that I've been sharing with a lot of people that has helped them reduce their anxiety, their stress levels in minutes, and then to be able to go deeper to understand what is going on. So again, thank you very much for being here. Welcome back. Here we go. Just checking everything is fine. So, hey, Mike, how are you? If anybody is watching on social media, hashtag live, hashtag replay, I would love that. The algorithm is able to show this to more people. Lately, it has been a little bit slow. So if you can share, if you can comment, that would be great. So more people get to see this and benefit, of course, from this live. So thank you very much. So let's talk about how to reduce anxiety levels and stress levels, right? One of the things that we need to do is to validate that whatever we're going through has valid reasons to be there. Most people, what they're teaching out there is that, fear, false evidence appearing real, or denying whatever we're going through. And one of the things that I've been doing in these past 15 years is try to change that paradigm at a very small level and then try to impact more and more people, is that whatever we're feeling, positive or negative, there's a reason to be there. It's like denying the negatives is like denying the sodium in our body. Magnesium, we have in our body potassium, it's positive charge. Sodium is negatively charged. And we're not denying, accepting potassium and denying sodium. They all have valid reasons to be there. So if we have negative emotions, there's a reason why we're having those negative emotions. So by denying them, ignoring them, repressing them, we're not helping us in dealing with them. To be able to really release something, we need to go through it. So through the pain is when it's going to be finally released. Unfortunately, we have been trained really well not to do that. So that is a big problem because we tend not to deal with the pain that we're going through, to repress it, numb it, and eventually it blows up in different ways. Even, and more studies are showing this, it could be happening that it shows up physically in different problems that people are starting to have, right? So what is this STOP-ABCDE method that I put together? Very basic, but very important to practice, and it has a very high impact in the body when we do that. So stop is stop yourself. Most people, whenever they're feeling anxiety or stress, they're going to try to repress, they're going to try to ignore, they're going to try to do something else. So the first thing that I want to bring here is stop yourself a second, right? Sit down, lay down, relax for a little bit, and go into ABCDE. Instead of doing what exactly most people are teaching you to repress, ignore, that's why the stop, think a second, say, okay, I need to deal with this in a different way that I've been taught, because what I've been taught is not normally working, okay? So A, we start with the ABCDE. A, airway. Try to sit comfortable, put your spine straight, your back straight, so that you can open your chest a little bit more, right? So start putting your body in a position that is going to be able to take more air in. It doesn't mean that they need to take deep inspirations, but at least that the air goes easily in. When I'm hunched back, right, when I go like this, I'm putting pressure more on my thorax, and it's going to make it a little bit more difficult, a little bit, to breathe. So sit straight or lie down, right? Airway, open your airway. Second, breathe. Concentrate in your breathing. The B, breathing. Concentrate in your breathing, feeling coming air in and out of your lungs. You can even put your hands on top of your stomach and feel it as it goes up and it goes down, goes up and down, and concentrate on your breathing. You don't need to change at the beginning. The basic techniques that I teach is you don't need to change your breathing, make it deeper, no, it's just feel the air going in and the air coming out. Inhale through your nose, exhale through your mouth. Try that for 15 seconds right now. Close your eyes, please. Sit back, sit straight, put your hands on your belly, and imagine, pull your belly up a little bit to make more space. Although we breathe with our lungs, don't get me wrong. When we increase the space in our belly, it helps the diaphragm, a very important muscle that helps us breathe, have more space so that it doesn't hit the organs below and it can have more capacity to breathe. So breathe in through your nose, exhale through your mouth. Feel the air coming in and coming out. Do that a couple of times, and I guarantee when you connect with your body, when you connect with your breathing, whatever you're feeling is going to reduce a little bit. So breathe in and breathe out. That's A and that's B, airway, breathing. Now let's go into C. What is C? C as connect. Connect with your emotions. Connect, detect emotions. The CDE in my method, CDE. C is connect, D is detect, E is emotions. So what am I feeling? Why am I feeling stress? Why am I feeling anxiety? It starts with how am I feeling? Stress. Okay, stress is not so much an emotion. Anxiety is not so much an emotion. Try to connect with the emotion that you might be feeling at a moment that you're feeling a lot of anxiety, a lot of stress. Okay, I'm feeling angry. I'm feeling sad. I'm feeling shocked. I'm feeling whatever. Try to connect a little bit with some emotions. If you have troubles connecting with emotions, it's okay. Most people struggle connecting with their emotions, mostly the negative ones, because we have been taught that negative emotions are bad. Yes, we have been taught since childhood that negative emotions are bad. If you look at many people out there, Tony Robbins, Bob Proctor, Abraham Hicks, Dr. Dispenza, Edgar Tolle, they talk about negative emotions as being something bad that you need to kind of push away, get rid of, because you're not that. Yes and no. You're not that, yes, but it doesn't mean that a part of you is experimenting that. So connect, detect emotions, validate the emotions you're going through. Something you can try too is hugging yourself and telling yourself that I have valid reasons to be feeling the way I'm feeling. So as I'm breathing, I'm trying to connect with the emotions. If I find it difficult, try to connect with a part of your body that is maybe tight, that is maybe feeling some type of pain. Maybe you feel some pain in the neck. Maybe you feel some pain on your shoulders, in some part of your arms, legs, maybe your belly, maybe your stomach. Where would you say this stress is manifesting in your body? That's another thing that you can do. Where is this in the body? If you're connected with some fear, with some anger, okay, where in the body can I feel more of this anger? Feel it, explore it, connect with the different parts of you that are going through this moment. Psychology has proven that we have sub-personalities. Okay, this guy, Jordan Peterson, a really well-known psychologist from Canada, he talks about this, and many people out there are talking more about this. So I talk about that as parts of us. A part of me is feeling fear. A part of me is feeling anger. A part of me is feeling jealous. A part of me is feeling guilt. A part of me is feeling shame. Connect with emotion and start talking in this way. A part of me. When we separate, we create space, a separation between that emotion and me. It sounds weird, but there's a part of you, a subpersonality that is going through anxiety, that is feeling fear for something, maybe fear of being judged, fear of being criticized, fear of being rejected, right? Is bringing something from her past, a story that is creating the emotion, that is creating the behavior. Remember what I teach, beliefs create emotions, emotions create behaviors, or they reinforce behaviors. So if I want to be able to change any type of behavior, in this case, reduce stress or anxiety, I need to go through the emotions, feel them, release them, and understand the story that those emotions are coming from. I might be scared of being judged or criticized. How would that make me feel about myself if I'm judged or criticized? It's going to make me feel like a failure. It's going to make me feel not worthy. It's going to make me feel not good enough. So there you go. So you have a belief, I'm not good enough, that creates emotions, and those emotions are created a behavior that in this case would be anxiety or stress. If I don't go through this, I will not find why am I feeling this way. In this case, as I just said in an example, I'm feeling not good enough. Where could I have created this belief that I'm not good enough? So I need to start scanning my past and see if something comes up. Maybe nothing comes up and it's okay. But as I shared many times, a couple of weeks, a month ago, last month, I'm sorry, June, it was May. In May, I traveled to the US to visit family. I was with my family there, and my brother told me that he needed me to drive his car to take his car back home. Okay, he was going with another car. So when I sat at the car, I started feeling really anxious. I felt a lot of anxiety. So at that moment, I was like, what's going on here? And I really felt a lot of anxiety. And this was a month or two ago, right? And I've done a lot of work. So I started thinking, okay, what's going on here? So I took some breaths. I started feeling what was going on, and I was scared. I started listening to my mind. My mind was saying, you're going to crash, you're going to destroy your brother's car, and all these stories. I was like, wait, what is this going, what's going on? Where is this coming from? When I started going deeper into my mind, the memory showed me, my mind showed me a memory, sorry. The mind showed me a memory when I was 20, 21 years old, that I had gone to the States to visit family. Look at the connection. And I was driving my aunt's car, and a guy that was drunk drove in front of me because he was trying to turn right to his left, and he didn't see me coming because he was drunk. And I smashed my aunt's car into his car, and I destroyed my aunt's car. And I wasn't going fast, but it was enough, the cars that kind of destroy a lot, right? And she didn't know if she was going to be able to, if the car was not going to get fixed, the company that her husband worked in, that car was from the company that was given a car for her and from him, right? They didn't know if this car was going to be replaced. So my aunt was about to be left without a car. And as you guys know, in the States, it's difficult to move around. Imagine this is happening 20 years ago, something like that, right? Moving around the country, around even your town without a car it's very difficult. So it was very traumatic for me because of the crash and the impact that it had on my aunt, because she was very upset, not with me, but she didn't know if she was going to have a car or not. So that memory that was not dealt back then because I didn't have the tools came up to be dealt with. So I imagine, hugging myself and saying, hey, it's okay. You didn't do anything wrong. This guy, it was his fault. You didn't do anything wrong. So in a way, I started to tell my mind that I was here in 2024, 45 years old, with a lot of experience driving many cars, and that I was going to do my best not to crash my brother's car. So that lowered the anxiety till it really left my body, and I didn't feel any more anxiety because I went through the release of the negative emotions that I felt back then where I crashed my aunt's car. Most gurus would have said, Tommy, that's false evidence appearing real because you didn't crash today. You're not going to crash for sure. You don't know what's going to happen. So you're already thinking of the worst case scenario, blah, blah, blah. And they would have tried to talk me out of what happened. But what I really needed to do was to deal with my past memory of me 21 years old or 20 crashing my aunt's car and having somebody supporting and loving me, because back then nobody was able to support me and love me. My aunt wasn't acting in a bad way towards me because she didn't say anything bad, but I saw her really upset. So she was trying to go through the event by herself, right? And so I didn't have anybody to say, hey buddy, it's okay. Whatever happens, it's okay, right? So all those emotions that were not processed came back. So I needed to process them now. So when my mind connected similar dots to an event from the past, boom, it brought it up. And I had a kind of a anxiety episode, and I was able to overcome it really fast, release the negative emotions, and then drive safe home, right, to my brother's house with the car without any problems. So it's important to understand how the mind works, because whenever you're feeling high levels of stress, high level of anxiety, apart from what could be happening today, maybe, in my case, there was nothing happening today. It had to do with a past memory that the mind, and science has proven this, the right lobe was reliving a moment from the past as if it were happening now. And I had to deal with it as if there was another version of Tommy living that past. So, hey, buddy, hey, Tommy, 21 years old, it's okay. Right? Yeah, you crashed the car. You didn't do it on purpose. This guy was driving, with alcohol in his body, was doing something wrong. You didn't do anything wrong. I love and accept you no matter what happened. So I loved and accept myself through that event. I released. I felt much better. No more anxiety. So it's important to realize how the mind works. Through this exercise, it can help you reduce stress and anxiety very, very fast if you deal with things correctly. So I hope that makes sense. I hope you enjoyed this. Let me know in the chat if you're watching this, if you're liking this, if it makes sense. If you have any questions, every bi-weekly or weekly or bi-weekly, I try to come in and share this, experience, knowledge, tools to help people out there, because I know there's a lot of people out there struggling with stress, with anxiety, and with many other things, and trying what other people are sharing, most old school stuff, is not working. The people that I have studied that really have made a difference in my life, my mentor, of course, and then people nowadays that are sharing stuff, Gabor Mate, he's sharing these type of things. Van der Kolk, with his book, The Body Keeps a Score, has really helped me understand the science behind the mind to start making changes. I apply what they teach. What my mentor teaches is very similar to what these guys are teaching. These guys that are teaching nowadays have really understood how the mind works and are making changes. And that's what I want to share with you guys, to help every one of you start dealing with your negative emotions, negative stories, so you can start living the life that you want. It is possible, but we need to really deal with our own crap. It could take, weeks, months. It depends on each person how we can able to start making changes in our life with behaviors. But at least is when you start doing these exercises, you start feeling different. The people that I work with very fast start feeling changes within them. Some start seeing changes on the outside faster. Sometimes it takes longer, but at least they start feeling something different. And that's the idea with this work. So thank you very much. Hope to see you next time. Have a great week. Bye, everyone.